Coming to you now.
It's the real Bob Steele.
Oh my God!
Bob Steele, playing the most of today's best music.
Route 66, cruisin'country.com.
Route 66, Cruisin' Country. I'm Bob Steele. It is the 5 times over-caffeinated radio show, afternoon edition. And today, there is an incredible event happening in country music, and it is the release of the brand new Cowboy Troy Saloons on Neptune CD. Drops today, and we here on Route 66 have a live CD release party with Cowboy Troy. Troy, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing?
Man, we are doing great, and happy birthday, I guess, is the first thing to wish you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm still waiting on the cake to show up.
Well, we'll send one down. Don't you worry. Just it'll get there before the end of the interview, guaranteed. Oh man. Well, this is first off, the cover art on this CD is awesome. The music on this CD is awesome, and we're going to give our listeners an opportunity to hear every cut in order as we go through this hour. But man, I'm just pumped up that you've taken the time out of your birthday day to be with us here.
I'm glad to be here. I appreciate the time, and I really do appreciate you playing the music.
Not a problem at all, my friend. We love Cowboy Troy music, and we have pretty much since you came out. Let's start way back in the day. Oh man, how did you get going? How did Cowboy Troy come about?
Well, I started messing around in bars in college and, bars and clubs when I was in college at the University of Texas and kind of practicing a little bit and cutting my teeth, so to speak. And then over the years, I started writing my own material. And then in 1993, I met John Rich in Dallas, Texas at a bar called Borrowed Money. And John was playing with Lone Star back then, back before Lone Star got their record deal. And he was, of course, part of their, first 2 albums, and he
Sure.
toured with them for quite some time and wrote a lot of songs for them. And, John and I have been friends since 93, and then in 99, on my first trip to Nashville, he introduced me to Big Kenny. And I've been friends with Big Kenny since then. And, throughout the years, stayed in contact with those guys and would, go back and forth between Dallas and Nashville. And then eventually, John and Kenny got their first record deal with Warner Brothers, and on their first album, Horse of a Different Color, they asked if I would come in and make an appearance on that album, and that album came out in 2004, and, there we were on the song Rollin', the Ballad of Big and Rich,
Mm-hmm.
and, went out on tour with them, and that was my start in the business. And, because heretofore I had been just the guy that was, hanging out in bars and clubs, in Texas. And then they said, hey, let's go on the road and let's do something with this. And that's how I got out there.
Well, I'm not going to discount your first release, Beginner's Luck, back in 2002, but, it really it really all made a difference when you hooked up with John Rich. Let's play the first cut off of the CD. It's called Liquor with the Locals. Tell us a little bit about that cut.
Well, Liquor with the Locals is a song that basically describes what happens after the show. What we will do is generally, if we have time and we're not, hard-pressed, we'll try and do a post-show meet and greet at a local bar or saloon or club or something like that, and we'll hang out and we'll buy beers and shots for, the folks in the local town. So if we're doing shots, it's Liquor with the Locals, and that's how it got started. And in the first verse, we were playing Sheridan, Wyoming, and we got in early, like the night before, and we were hanging out in the bar that was attached to the lodge that was close to where we were playing, and we were hanging out and having drinks, and I said, yeah, this is fun. It's like we're having liquor with the locals, and I was like, oh yeah, let me make note of that.
Bar nap.
I just chewed on it for almost, well, goodness, man, that was a couple of years ago, so I've been chewing on it for a while, and finally got a chance to use it.
That's perfect. So let's play it, man. Liquor with the Locals, brand new CD called Saloons and Neptune. This is Cowboy Troy's new cut.
showdown scene. You would look up at the screen and you think it was me. Cause I'm strutting through the club with the gangsta glide. Cold drink in my hand, crew by my side. Now, once upon a time up in Sheridan, Wyoming, out in the wilderness, the cell phone was roaming. So we belly on up for a shot and a beer. Took a ride through the hip-hop atmosphere. To my friends, say, come on, y'all. Line up the shots, take them down 2, 3. Everybody wanna try to be like me. Shooting liquor with the locals. Getting loco, doing what I can. Trying not to scream a vocal. Screaming yeehaw, just as loud as I can. Holler then, swallow shots, that's the party plan. Like that time in Valdosta, Georgia. Second verse like the first, like I told ya. Chicks in the corner like it's MMA. All the girls wanna be running around, say. The people wanna party till the break of dawn. It could be Tequila Tuesday, Whiskey Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, or Friday Wednesday. Liquor with the locals. Liquor with the locals. Liquor with the locals.
Oh, man, Troy, that just rocks the house. Cowboy Troy with us. Let's Route 66, Cruisin' Country. I'm Bob Steele. This is the live worldwide CD release party for this particular CD. Brand new CD, dropped today. It's Cowboy Troy's birthday. What a great birthday present, Troy.
Well, when you're kind of running your own, show and decide, hey, you know what? Since you're the one running the label, why not release the record on your birthday? I figured, I think that would be the wise choice. I was going to try and get the record out earlier in the year and, just trying to make sure everything was right and not rush things. I figured let's hold it until December and put it out on my birthday.
Man, this thing is a party in the box. I'm going to tell you, you're known for being a party kind of guy, and this CD, you just heard a 1/8 of what this whole thing's all about. You're going to hear the rest of it coming up, but man, you're going to get a lot of club play on this stuff.
Well, I hope so. That's kind of what I've known in my career is that my music is more club based, and so a lot of times people will say, "How come I don't hear you on the radio?" I say, "Well, most of it's in the clubs." You go to a club DJ and say, "Hey, do you have any of my music?" And they'll say, "Yeah, they'll have something." So, it's nice to get a little radio play. I really appreciate it.
Well, it's always nice to get out and this is kind of a rockin' country radio station. We don't play any slow songs, no tear in the beer stuff, all up tempo, and you are perfect. We've got everything that you've done up till now that was a hit in the music rotation, and of course you can guarantee that after this show airs that you're going to be in rotation with this entire CD. And man, we're going to just rock the house with this thing.
Awesome.
Well, hey, we always appreciate and return favors. You've taken time out for your birthday. That's the least that we can do, right?
Yeah, sure, I'll take it.
Now, you told us about your first record deal, but that was really that between the release of Beginner's Luck and Locomotive, man, that was 3 long years, wasn't it?
Yeah, when you think about it, like Beginner's Luck was like my first full-length independent record. And then, oddly enough, I had a 3-song EP that I put out in 2001 called Hick Hysteria. Mm-hmm. And so that's been sitting around for a while. And I still, you can still look around and find a few collector's items, copies of those. But, the first full-length album was Beginner's Luck in 2002, and then going from that to Locomotive. Locomotive was the first full-length hip hop album on a major label, and you know, a lot of folks have up to this point, you know, they've had people who have done maybe one song here and there throughout their careers, you know, but my album in 2005 was the first one that was on a major label that was top to bottom hip hop country rap music. So I was really proud of that record, and I still am, and people still know me from, you know, doing that work. But yeah, it's a long time to go between 2002 to 2005. I mean, goodness gracious, that's a lot of time to spend. But the 2005 album Locomotive was basically my first foray into a nationwide audience.
No question about it. And tell us a little bit about this whole hip hop thing. How did that evolve? I mean, you're not the only hip hop artist out there now, but you were pretty much the first guy to really turn this kind of rap country, rocky, kind of dancey stuff into something that was actually commercially viable.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I was, you know, like I said, when I was in college, you know, I'd hang out in bars and clubs, and I would notice that, you know, that during the first 45 minutes of the hour, the DJ or the band, whoever was playing at the time, and depending on what venue you were in, you know, they would be playing your traditional top 40 country songs for the first 45 minutes of the hour. But then the last quarter of the hour, that last 15 minutes, they would, you know, switch between hard rock, like an AC/DC, or some rap, like Sir Mix-a-Lot, or, you know, some techno dance music or something like that, like Technotronic or something,
sure.
back in those days.
Yeah, that's some good stuff back then.
Yeah, it was really good stuff. And I noticed that whenever the transition music, that last 15 minutes of the hour, the music where the band was taking a break or the DJ was, you know, kind of getting started, you know, that was when the dance floor was always packed. I mean, always. Rarely did you see it not packed during that part of the hour, you know, because not everybody knew how to two-step, you know, or do the three-step or do a shuffle or do a waltz during the, you know, traditional country music that was playing. And so everybody would get out there when the rap stuff was going. So I knew that I wasn't the only cowboy that liked it, so I wanted to make sure that I would write music that kind of fit that bill. And one of the things I've tried to tell people is that when I do hip-hop music and do country rap, I'm not trying to replace traditional country music because I'm a huge fan of traditional country music. Mm-hmm. I love country music the way it is, the traditional sounds of it. But I also understand that there is a group of people like myself that like to listen to, you know, dance, up-tempo music, but they also like rap, rock, and some electronic beats. So what I do is I try and write and create and produce music that fits that 15 minutes of the hour, but do it from a country music fan's perspective. I figure if they're going to be playing dance music or techno or rock and roll stuff, why can't we do it from a country music fan's perspective? Why can't we have fiddles, banjo, dobro, and guitar and all that stuff in it? And so when I do that, when I make that music, I try and do it from a country music fan's perspective and make sure that our country fans are represented when it comes to that kind of music.
Makes perfect sense to me. Let's take a listen to the second cut on the brand new CD, Saloons on Neptune. Saloons on Neptune. Man, what a great title. We got to talk about that. And you've got somebody else on this song as well, Laura Bell Bundy. How did you get her to get on this one with you?
Well, interestingly enough, earlier this year, Big and Rich and I were over in Australia playing a country music festival over there, CMC Rocks. You know, it's a big country music channel over in Australia.
Sure.
They have their festival during that time of year, and we were over there playing a festival, and Laura Bell Bundy was one of the opening acts to that particular festival, and we were backstage and bumped into each other, and we started talking, and she said that, you know, hey, you know, it'd be nice to do some, you know, work with you. You know, she likes what I've done, and I like what she's done, and, you know, we agreed that we wanted to do some work together, and the guy that produced the track on this album is a guy named Tyler Kane, and you'll know Tyler Kane because he produced Megan Lindsay's music on her last EP that came out just recently.
Yep.
And so Tyler and I are friends, and Tyler is also friends with Laura Bell Bundy, and that was interesting. When we were sitting in the studio, I said, "Man, I like that track that we put together, but thinking of the lyric to go with it." And I was like, "Wouldn't it be kind of cool if Laura Bell Bundy would do it? Because I talked to her in Australia. It'd be kind of cool if she'd be on the track." She said she wanted to do something, wanted to work together. He says, "Dude, I know her." And I said, "Well, all I have is her email address." He's like, "Dude, I got her phone number. I'll call her." So he called her up, and she's like, "Yeah," because he was on his way out to produce some stuff on Laura Bell Bundy because he had produced some stuff for her on her previous album. So it just worked out that Tyler was the linking point to it, and it just made it work. It was kind of a fun thing.
How perfect is that? Let's take a listen to this song. It's called Take a Shot with Laura Bell Bundy. This is Cowboy Troy off of his brand new CD. It's called Saloons on Neptune. Drops today, his birthday, right here on Route 66 Cruisin' Country.
I remember this, there was a party at the bar that I could not miss. My friends called me the undisputed champ of the Olympics. On that you can bet. It was all fun and games. I was bragging and chuckling about drinking in the shop without my knees buckling. The HBIC, they bartender in charge. So put your money where your mouth is. It's too large.
Come on, bring it on.
Here we go.
So you think you can handle this? Oh, baby, you wish. You come stomping into my hole now. Better bring it, you better throw down. I'm loaded with ammunition. And nothing wrong with friendly competition. Come on, show me what you got. It'll be a cold one. Take a shot. Take a shot.
I'm the chef of the party, pastry with bacon. It's time to get the whole thing moving and shaking. Told her you dropped the challenge, you picked the shot. She said, "Boy, I got this, son, you just lost." Told her, "Bring 'em out, line 'em up, pick the keys to my truck." Sheriff's outside, I ain't pressing my luck, because if I win, I'm drinking for free. But if I lose, I wash every shot glass for a ring.
So you think you can handle this? Oh, baby, you wish. You come stomping into my hole now. Better bring it, you better throw down. I'm loaded with ammunition. And nothing wrong with friendly competition. Come on, show me what you got. It'll be a cold one. Take a shot. Come on, boy. Give me what you got. Take a shot. Take a shot. Give me what you got.
Everybody gathered around, they was hooting and hollering. She kept pouring, and I kept swallowing. Had it all squared away till she poured the rum chata. Now my hands are puckered up in the hot dishwater.
So you think you can handle this? Oh, baby, you wish. You come stomping into my hole now. Better bring it, you better throw down. I'm loaded with ammunition. Ain't nothing wrong with friendly competition. Come on, show me what you got. Come on, show me what you got. Come on, show me what you got. Take a shot.
Oh, yeah. Wow, Troy, that's just hot. Just hot. I could see that one being performed on the CMA Awards on stage. The two of you guys up there with a band. Oh, man, that's just smoking.
That's kind of fun. When we had the discussion about the idea for the song, I was talking to Laura Bell Bundy. I said, it'd be kind of cool if we did kind of like a thing where it was a back and forth, kind of like in the movie Grease.
Yeah.
Where the guy and the girl were going back and forth about, who was in charge and who wasn't and all this and that. And then we just kind of put it into a modern day kind of spin to it. And that's how we came up with Take a Shot. It was a fun little bit. It worked out.
What a great time, and I can imagine. I just would have loved to have been a fly on the wall or sitting in the producer's chair when you guys were recording that. That is just smoking hot. Great stuff.
Thank you. It was fun.
Great stuff. Now, look, tell us a little bit about how you got this title of Saloons on Neptune. I mean, it's kind of interesting that, of course, the release of the new Disney Lucasfilm Star Wars hit yesterday. Today, you released Saloons on Neptune with the cover art that looks like a space guy.
Yeah, it was interesting because originally I'd been kind of chewing on different titles, and I made a list of about 15 titles throughout the recording process of what I thought would be kind of cool, something that was easy to remember, and that kind of thing. And at one point, I had kind of gotten to the point where I think I was going to call the album Hick Hop and the Futuristic Sounds of Country Rap. And that was going to be kind of a play on the Ray Charles album that came out in, I believe it was 1967, that was Modern Sounds in Country and Western Music.
I remember that. Kind of a wacky entry from Ray, and was actually universally accepted, which was unusual back then for a black artist to be doing country. Just very, very cool. Great,
it was kind of
album.
A tip of the Stetson to the Ray Charles album, and I figured, that'd be kind of cool. And so I was on the phone with Tyler, and I said, hey, man, I think this would be kind of a cool. It's either this or, it's going to be either Hick Hop and the Futuristic Sounds of Country Rap, or I might call it something like Saloons on the Moons of Neptune. And his ears kind of perked up. Really? Yeah, that's kind of cool. I said, but yeah, that's a lot. Both titles that I had were a lot of words and not easy to remember. How about Saloons on Neptune? He's like, dude, man, that's killer. Let's use it. That's a killer title, man. That's just awesome. If you know Tyler, that's how he talks. And so,
awesome, man.
So he's like, man, that's really killer, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's a killer title. And, we worked with that and that became the album because I knew for a fact there would not be anybody in Nashville that would come up with any kind of an oddball title like Saloons on Neptune.
No.
Because the music itself, when you listen to it, it's way out there. And I've always been kind of told my music really is a little bit further out than the boundaries of Music Row, so to speak.
Well, yeah,
And,
but the whole music industry's like that now, Troy, and something, it's driving the major labels nuts because they're they don't know what to do at this point. They don't know who to produce, they don't know who to sign, they don't know who to promote. And here you come pretty much as an independent after having a very storied career, and you just go, I'm doing Saloons on Neptune, and that you're just blowing everybody's mind, and I think it's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, everybody's kind of like, man, you are kind of sideways with this because your stuff is kind of outer spacey anyway. I mean, it's, I said, well, I'm telling you, man, people, in the dance clubs, they like this kind of music. They like something with boom and thump. I mean, if you listen to my record that came out last year, King of Clubs, it was an all-club dance record that had fiddles, banjos, it had dobro, it had boom, it had thump, and, that was a party record top to bottom. Well, 2015, now we got Saloons on Neptune. We take it even further outer space, and it's really like that. And I've always kind of been one of those guys that likes, the study of astronomy and, the Milky Way and all the outer space stuff that goes with it. And I was like, man, it's kind of cool, but if we're going to do something crazy, let's talk about, how crazy it could be. Let's go all the way to Neptune with it,
There you go.
And, that's what we did.
Well, I've got a question here. Now, your next song track 3, is called Party Train. Is that a reference back to the old days of back in the 80s when, Come On Ride the Train, Party Train song? Or is this something entirely different?
No, not really, but I do remember that song.
Yeah, great song.
That was a fun dance club song. I remember that. But it was just, I guess if you look back at, at the old TV shows like Soul Train that would be on, you see every time you turn on Soul Train or any of those shows like that, or American Bandstand, you always see everybody having a good time, and they're dancing, they're having a whole lot of fun. But what would it be like if you put a party on an actual train and ride up and down the rails? and just basically having a good old time. And the train part also harkens back to Locomotive, and Chicken with the Train back from 2005.
Yeah.
And it kind of provides another reference point back to, hey, I remember this guy because of the Train song or the Chicken Train song. That's sometimes people can't remember the official title. Well, either call it the Train song, the Chicken song, or the Chicken Train song. And having Train in the title of the song, it references back to that, and it helps refresh their memory as to why they remember my name to begin with. Because sometimes people are like, I know the name, but I'm not remembering where I know the name from. Chicken with the Train. Oh yeah, I know that. So it just helps to provide a reference point.
I think you got a degree in psychology there, my friend.
I do actually. My bachelor's degree is in psychology.
Is that real? It was just an offhand guess, and but that's a very psych kind of thing to do to people. Run that string back and twang their memories. Let's take a listen to Party Train. This has got Nick Cannon on it and Mariel Jacoda, and we'll talk about how you got them involved in this project coming up on the other side. You're listening to Route 66 Cruisin' Country. We are live with Cowboy Troy. It's the live CD worldwide release party right here on Route 66. Party Train.
Partying is my business, and business is good. Get your body on the floor, let me know you understood. Partying is my business, business is good. Get your body on the floor, let me know you understood.
Ready, set, here we go. Forget the problems that we know. No time clock work is done. Leave stress, let's have some fun. Crank the music, the mood is light.
Let's start this party, right?
Hurry up if you want to ride. Come on, y'all, let's climb inside. All aboard, we're leaving the station, touring the nation. Here's the invitation. Party don't stop till the sun rises. Like a magic show, full of surprises. No compromises, no shortcuts. Just ladies out there, they're shaking their butts. Party train is amped as a party gets. Booty flutter like a butterfly when baseline hit.
Get on, get up, let's go. No time to take it slow. Get in the mood, let's go. Nobody has to know. I wanna see you glow, baby. Just let it flow. Get in the mood, let's go. Nobody has to know. Oh, oh no. Oh, oh no. Oh, oh no.
Get up, hit up, on the floor, sit up with him, kill him, kill him, kill him. Tell me what you wanna do. Hey girl, just bust a move. Round and round, I'm Mr. Smooth. Cowboy Troy, show me how to groove. Turn up, turn up, turn up, turn up. Yeah, baby, I'm in the mood. I love you like cooked food. You can tell by my swag, I'm a good dude. And I love mama, I don't mean to be rude, but I want you tonight. Move that body from left to right, right, left, take a breath. Yes, the party, yeah.
Get on, get up, let's go. No time to take it slow. Get in the mood, let's go. Nobody has to know. I wanna see you glow, baby. Just let it flow. Get in the mood, let's go. Nobody has to know. Oh, oh no. Oh, oh no. Oh, oh no.
The party's like a beer commercial. Only get one take, ain't no rehearsal. Just when you thought it couldn't get any better, like a college kid with an acceptance letter. 2 cars up, the party's booming. Check the mirror, last second grooming. Make your way into the rave. Everybody calls it the good new days. DJ spinning, rockin' tunes. The love is filling up the room. Confetti falls like snow flurries. Music wash away your worries. Disco balls and laser lights are pulsing till the morning light. Baseline grooving, party shaking. The world is yours for the taking.
Get on, get up, let's go. No time to take it slow. Get in the mood, let's go. Nobody has to know. I wanna see you glow, baby. Just let it flow. Get in the mood, let's go. Nobody has to know. Oh, oh no. Oh, oh no. Oh, oh no.
Partying is my business, and business is good. Get your body on the floor, let me know you understood. Partying is my business. Business is good. Get your body on the floor. Let me know you understood.
Oh, man. Wow. That is smoking hot.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, Troy, that is a crossover hit. If I'm not sitting in this studio, well, I'm not sitting. I've been dancing around the board. I almost knocked over the microphone. That was just cranking. Oh,
Don't
loving
hurt
it.
yourself.
Oh,
Be
man.
careful.
Oh, holy moly. No, seriously, that's got crossover potential. I see that on dance stations, on some club stations, and certainly easily in the clubs. And, man, that is definitely on Route 66. No question about that. Ah, man, that is.
Hey, that's a lot of fun. I appreciate it. Yeah, when I have a couple buddies that are, pop DJs at, different stations around the country, and I let them hear a couple songs, and they said, yeah, that song with Nick Cannon and Mariel Jacoda, that song right there is a crossover kind of a song. You might be able to get some traction with it. I said, well, hey, if you find a spot for it, spin it.
Some traction. That song is better than half of the songs, at least half of the songs that are in the dance charts right now. No question about it, Troy. And I know I sound like I'm blowing smoke up your backside, but I am dead serious. I've spun in clubs before. That will get them on the floor. No question about it.
Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate it, because when we were trying to figure out what songs, that song there was originally done. I recorded my vocals on that song in Orlando, Florida, and we were down there. There was a Big and Rich show that was down there, and I had I had a solo gig the day before, like 2 days before the Big and Rich show, and I went down obviously early to do a solo gig at a different club, and then had a day off in Orlando, and then the next night was going to be the Big and Rich show. And I went and recorded there. And interestingly enough, the guy that produced the track, DJ Buddha and then DJ Noodles. DJ Buddha's done work with Pitbull and other, people who are quite popular on that side of the musical fence, so to speak. And I had met DJ Buddha through Lil Jon several years, before, and they connected us. Lil Jon connected us, by email and phone, and we met actually, I think, at Lil Jon's house at one point over the years. So I mean, so DJ Buddha and I stayed in contact over the years, and every now and again it's like, hey, here's something. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Maybe, I don't know. And then I'd send something to him, and then, yeah, that's cool. Maybe, I don't know. And then finally, he sent me some material. He sent me that song. I was like, actually, he sent me a different track, and I said, I like that track. I'll come to town and I'll see what we can come up with. I've got the day off on this particular date. I'll come by the studio and I can work on it. And went by the studio, and he played a bunch of different other tracks that he had that didn't have any vocals on them. I was like, yeah, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one. But what is that one? And it was the one that we used for Party Train. He said, well, it's, you want to do something with it? Let's work.
Yeah. Yeah,
we
well,
started
it
work
works.
on that. We started work on that song by like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and I wrote, and we worked all night long. And finally, I started recording vocals. I finally fell asleep. I slept on the couch, and we worked all night. And then by the next morning, finished up my vocals, and then that gave me enough time to get to the hotel and shower up and get cleaned up for the Big and Rich show that night. And
Wow.
It became that song. And he knows Nick Cannon. He said, who do you have in mind for a guest? I said, man, I don't know. I mean, who do you know? And he said, well, I could get Nick Cannon on the phone, see if he wants to do it. He calls Nick up, and Nick says, yeah. So he sends the files to Nick, the audio files, and Nick records his part. And next thing you know, and Mariel Jacoda was there recording in the studio about the same time, and she wound up, writing her part on the chorus. And so, we all just got in there and got to working really quickly, and it came out like it did.
What a collaborative effort, man, and a great story on that. Party Train off of the CD, brand new CD, Saloons on Neptune. Let's take another step towards the next track here, Troy. Square Dance Boogie. How did that come about?
Well, Square Dance Boogie was interesting. Ty Weathers is a guy who is the producer, and he has a country rap outfit called Byrne County. And Ty has done a lot of production work for the Moonshine Bandits and various other country rap acts. And I had done a couple collaborations with the Moonshine Bandits, in years past, and they connected me with Ty. So Ty and I, start emailing and calling back and forth, and I said, well, what do you have? Almost a similar kind of a story, and Ty is based up in Portland. And he hit me up, and he said, well, I got some of these songs, here's some of this stuff, and he sends me to his website where I can listen to some of his stuff. And I heard the music to Square Dance Boogie, and it was kind of a stripped down track at one point, and I started writing lyrics to it and got it to where I wanted it. I went in the studio and recorded it, and I went into the studio with Kyle Mann, who is another engineer and producer that I've worked with over the years, and Kyle got my vocal on it. We got the hook on it and everything. And Kyle went in and added some other production to it, and we added banjo and we added fiddle and all that. So, and just built it up even more. And so there you have Square Dance Boogie.
Well, there you go. Let's listen to it. This is Square Dance Boogie, the fourth cut off Cowboy Troy's brand new CD, Saloons on Neptune. You got to pick this thing up. It is going to be smoking hot all over the radio, all over the clubs coming up in the next month or two.
Tennessee resident, Texas native. Party gets started, then they get creative. Understated and underrated. When the bass line kicks, you get elated. Bow to your own, bow to your Kona. Groove can move from Bama to California. Sashay girl, now let it bounce. Dance floor cartel, moving booty by the ounce. Shuffle, kick, stomp, push. Bird in the hand, more than 10 in the bush. Or however that old school saying goes. Kiss your girl on the tip of her nose. See her wiggle, let it all go. Leave your problems at the front door. In this room, only fun exists. It's a beautiful sight like amethyst. Like diamonds, rubies, emeralds. Life is short, it's ephemeral. Get in where you fit in, that's the plan. This party is kicking like Jackie Chan. Keep on stomping like Steve Austin. Dancing to this from Hong Kong to Boston. Round and round with an elbow swing. Now lose your mind if that's your thing. Promenade, bow to your partner, check it out as the party started. Whirl, twirl, spin your girl. So fast, make her hair curl. Don't you swear, don't you curse. Rock that baby, hush that buzz. Dump that band, skip that buzz. Ride the party train with us. Got it under control, scenario is normal. Nothing formal as I transform ya. Like an out-of-body Decepticon. Heat the mic with my southern lexicon. Intellectual diction like trans-Pacific flights. 35,000 feet flying through the night. Chicken with the train still on your mind. Hick chick still make you wanna grind. People wanna check my dance flow maneuvers from Toronto all the way to Vancouver. Hit 'em up stride with my gangster lean. Same one I had back when I was a teen. Used to watch them old cop shows and rock those. Cool Sugar Bell walks, they look macho. Round and round with an elbow swing. Now lose your mind if that's your thing. Promenade, bow to your partner, check it out as the party started. Whirl, twirl, spin your girl. So fast, make her hair curl. Don't you swear, don't you curse. Rock that baby, hush that buzz. Dump that band, skip that buzz. Ride the party train with us. Promenade, bow to your partner, check it out as the party started. Whirl, twirl, spin your girl. So fast, make her hair curl. Don't you swear, don't you curse. Rock that baby, hush that buzz. Dump that band, skip that buzz. Ride the party train with us. Stomp your feet, clap your hands, slide to the left, shake your pants, back to the right, then give a shimmy. With a bring it on motion, your hands like gimme. Break it down low, make your hips rock and look over your shoulder, slap your back pocket. Bounce up, then pump your fist. Don't let the party sag, gotta keep it crisp. Promenade, bow to your partner, check it
Route 66, Cruisin' Country. I'm Bob Steele. It's the 5 times over caffeinated radio show afternoon edition. We are live, the worldwide CD release party, the premiere of Cowboy Troy's brand new CD, Saloons on Neptune. Of course, that was the Square Dance Boogie. I noticed in the last 2 songs, Troy, that you had, in that one had Party Train. Of course, in Party Train, you had referenced a couple of other songs. So you've got that thread that keeps going through all of the songs, so people already familiar with the next cut, even though they haven't heard it yet. That's pretty cool.
Well, thank you. You know, I try and give them, like I said, I try and give them reference points and remind them of why it's familiar to them and make them feel comfortable with it because, you know, a lot of times, and that's a lot of times when you see artists go out and do shows and they'll do cover songs within their show, you know, it's to make the audience feel comfortable. Okay, yeah, you know, here's a brand new song. Oh, hey, here's a song that you're already familiar with from another artist. You know, but it's familiar to you, so it provides a little bit of comfort and makes them feel like it's okay for them to be listening to it and enjoy themselves.
One of the things that Kid Rock has done over the course of his career, and a number of other artists as well, is sampling of familiar cuts and familiar riffs from other artists to make his new song sound familiar. You're using phrasing to do it, and that, I think, is really very cool, going back to that psych degree, huh?
Yeah, a little bit, you know. And I'm almost done. I've got 2 classes left to finish my MBA in marketing, so I'm just trying to make sure I put it all to use.
Well, that you know, you're drawing from all different sources, and that's just incredible. Let's keep the party rolling. This one is Party Marathon. How did that come about, sir?
In a similar fashion that Square Dance Boogie came about. As a matter of fact, during the same emailing session with Ty Weathers, up in Portland, back and forth. You know, this is one of the tracks that came from that email session, you know, the emails going back and forth. And, you know, I settled on, you know, this being one of the tracks that I liked. And I just really enjoyed it. And, you know, every now and again when I'd get some tracks in the email, you know, say, oh, that's cool. How can we beef it up? How can we add other things to it? And I'll find myself listening to it maybe while I'm watching a little television or surfing the internet. And, you know, it just kind of, you know, it had been a while since I had released you know, new music at the time that I wrote this, because Party Marathon and Square Dance Boogie were written in 2012.
Seriously, that long ago?
Yeah, I tried to get them on the King of Clubs record that came out in 2014.
Right.
But it didn't really fit the material at that time. And but you know, and I pitched it to be put on that record. And as a matter of fact, so did Party Train. Party Train was also pitched to be on that record, but you know, at the time it was, you know, it didn't fit the formula for that particular project. But with this particular project, I figured we've already pushed the boundary far enough with King of Clubs, and we began to push even further out with Saloons on Neptune, that this would be the new watermark, so to speak, when it came to you know, in the new paradigm, when it came to you know, marks being so far out there and setting new standards. So I figured, you know, hey, if I'm talking about Neptune, I can put anything on it, you know. There's some other, you know, I've already got material in the pipeline that I'm working on now to try and make sure that when we cycle through this particular record, we can follow it up with some really cool material. So, I mean, that's kind of how Party Marathon came about, and it had been a while since I'd released new music, and I needed to have something that was going to have a little bit of bite to it, but not so much bite that it was considered angry, because people want to party. They don't want to be angry. You know, they want to have fun, not be upset. So I kind of try to push the boundaries on that.
Well, let's take a listen to this boundary-pushing song on Route 66 Cruisin' Country, the debut of Cowboy Troy's new CD, Saloons on Neptune. See how far out he gets with this one. This is Party Marathon.
Wash on you like a waterfall. If you need a party rescue, give a call. Take your mind
Check it out, no doubt, stand up and shout. I got you hooked like a trout or a big mouth bass, shaking it fast and making it last like a platinum level upgrade to first class. See, I reconnoitered at the laboratory. They tried to warn me, but I'm only limited by my limitations. Yeah, that's what done, congratulations. You notice my idiosyncrasy, not my idiocy. Stop mocking me and jocking me and clocking me. No stopping me, just steady rocking me. So break it down to the ground like a solvent. Get down to the molecular compound. Tell the DJ, crank the music, skip the composure, go on and lose it.
Lace it up, y'all, it's the party marathon. Run it with me now, ain't nobody going home. Gonna show you how them cowboys keep it loose. Gonna keep it right from our hats to our boots. Let the music wash on you like a waterfall. If you need a party rescue, give a call. Take your vitamins when they put my music on. Do your thing, cause it's the party marathon.
Second verse, just a little bit different than the first. Dance, have your friend watch your purse. Let the music take control. Audition for the Brass Poe Patrol. Again and again, tell a friend if you win. But getting at the end, it'll make your head spin. Tell your mom on the bomb with the rhyme kinda strong, not steering you wrong. Keep singing along, put your hands in the air with never a care. Sweat drip from your head, party here, there and there. Dead bird of London will be a fun one. It's a party marathon, now run one.
Lace it up, y'all, it's the party marathon. Run it with me now, ain't nobody going home. Gonna show you how them cowboys keep it loose. Gonna keep it right from our hats to our boots. Let the music wash on you like a waterfall. If you need a party rescue, give a call. Take your vitamins when they put my music on. Do your thing, cause it's the party marathon.
Let it go, let it flow, on a roll. Now you know, like diamonds and chrome, get your shine on. Dance floor is your home, need a mortgage loan. Not a co-signer, just a hick hop rhymer. Hit so hard with the boom and the bass. Don't let nobody stop you when I'm in the place. The room is hot, everything is intense. Cowboy Troy is back with a vengeance.
Lace it up, y'all, it's the party marathon. Run it with me now, ain't nobody going home. Gonna show you how them cowboys keep it loose, keep it loose, keep it loose. Lace it up, y'all, it's the party marathon. Run it with me now, ain't nobody going home. Gonna show you how them cowboys keep it loose. Gonna keep it right from our hats to our boots. Let the music wash on you like a waterfall. If you need a party rescue, give a call. Take your vitamins when they put my music on. Do your thing, cause it's the party marathon.
It's Party Marathon on Route 66, Cruisin' Country. I'm Bob Steele, the 5 times over caffeinated radio show. Our worldwide live CD release party with Cowboy Troy, the brand new CD, Saloons, and Neptune. A lot of rock and guitar there, Troy.
Yeah, well, I've always been a fan of electric guitars, and it's always nice to have it in the new music, kind of grabs people's attention rather quickly when it comes time for them to start working.
No question about that, and a lot of effects. There a lot more than the other songs that we've heard so far. That was really kind of a departure, but when you said it was going to be out there, it was. That is a really. I mean, I just see people shaking their heads and hair flying everywhere, and I mean that's almost a hairband song.
Yeah, just a little bit, but that's why I figured you put it right there in that particular spot on the record. Because it is far out there, it is a little bit more in terms of the special effects on the vocals and stuff like that, and I figured it would be a good spot for it, and people seem to like it, and it's loud and it's rowdy, and I've played it in clubs, and when it gets on the loudspeakers, it does provide a little bit of boom and thump.
Oh yeah, there's definitely some thump in that, and the guitar really changes the mood on it a little bit enough to give you a much broader audience with that song than you would if you just stuck with the same formula of some of the other stuff. That, I think, is really, really unique, Troy.
Thank you. Man. Trying to keep it fresh.
No question about it. And I'm just loving this CD so far. Next song is Friday Night in Vegas. And that there's all kinds of things that go through my mind. What stays in Vegas or happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. The various movies about Las Vegas. I know you and the Mafia have been in Vegas an awful lot, performed a lot there. Tell us about the backstory behind Friday Night in Vegas.
Well, basically over the years, like you said, we've been going back and forth to Las Vegas and doing a lot of shows and spending a lot of time there. And I think one of the things was, you think back on the fun times that you've had and all the cool times that have been around, that you spent with your friends in Las Vegas. And, what would be cool to write a song? And I'm thinking to myself, and interestingly enough, I started coming up with lyrics to the lyric came kind of first. I had a different melody in mind originally when I started writing the lyric to it. And I was sitting in the car rider line waiting to pick my sons up from school one afternoon. And I'm just kind of sitting there in the car with and I'm like, man, something Vegas kind of popped in my head. I'm like, party like it's Friday night in Vegas. And I'm like, okay, party like it's Friday night in Vegas. Okay, and then what's next? Maybe down in maybe a Saturday in Jamaica. That might be a fun place. Mm-hmm. What would it be like if I was on, spending my weekends in Jamaica? Or maybe if you were to party like it's your birthday or New Year's Eve, and I just kept kind of writing this stuff down. And when I sat down and was working with Tyler Kane on writing the song, I had heard a really bluesy kind of guitar lick that he was playing, and he posted, something on his Facebook page. And I'm like, dude, what is that? I hit him up on Facebook. I said, what is that? What is that? He said, I was just messing around with it, man. I really don't have anything in mind with it. It's just, writing it. And I said, I got something that's perfect for that. And so I kind of
snaked it on him.
The original melody that I had, but I took the lyric and put it with Tyler's lyric, and with his guitar licks and stuff. And then when you think about that, okay, now it fits, New Orleans and that, French Quarter and that vibe to it, because he likes a real bluesy guitar sound. So it made perfect sense.
Well, let's listen to it. This is Friday Night in Vegas off the brand new CD, Cowboy Troy's Saloons on Neptune. And it's our live CD debut party right here on Route 66, Cruisin' Country. Cowboy Troy live with us. And this song is going to be rocking. I just got a feeling.
Just got paid, pocket on swole, gonna have a good time, might lose control. Wrote a note to my landlord, I'm gonna be late with my rent this month, now it's time to play. Don't delay, hit the crew, meet me at the spot where the beer's ice cold and the music is hot. They're playing my song, it's time to get loose. All the party people gonna shake your caboose. Party like Friday night in Vegas or a Saturday down in Jamaica. Maybe Mardi Gras down in New Orleans. Clothes pressed and fresh when I step on the scene. Fun in Sydney or maybe so. Gonna let that music take control. Party like your birthday or New Year's Eve. Got a jack in my hand, ace up my sleeve. Not a care in the world, living in the now. Fun times right here, not worried about how. Good times, good friends. Ball of weekends like your cannonballs flashing all the deep. Cranking up the vibe, party never rest. Gonna put your stamina to the test. Party all night long like my name was Lionel. Keep it cracking and popping like 70s vinyl. Party like Friday night in Vegas or a Saturday down in Jamaica. Maybe Mardi Gras down in New Orleans. Clothes pressed and fresh when I step on the scene. Fun in Sydney or maybe so. Gonna let that music take control. Party like your birthday or New Year's Eve. Got a jack in my hand, ace up my sleeve. Take it down to the ground, spin it around.
Man, I feel the influence of that, and that guitar riff that you were talking about was just really smoking hot. I love that song. Troy, that you've put together this compilation of really cool things woven into this incredible CD. I'm just pumped. I'm really pumped about this.
Well, thank you, Bob. I appreciate it, man. I just want to make sure that, I think one of the biggest things, as a writer and as an artist, and when you go to produce the record, you want to make sure that part of your new record sounds familiar enough to your core audience that they will want to come and listen to it, but different enough that it doesn't sound like all your other stuff, so that they will feel compelled to at least listen to it and hopefully buy it, and also it's different enough that it may attract new listeners. Because, if I were to write all my songs to sound like Chicken with the Train, then you wouldn't need to listen to the new stuff because it all sounds like the old stuff. We want to have some familiarity, but we also want it to be new and fresh, so that people will say, hey, that is new, that's different. It reminds me of some other stuff, but it's different enough that, I can get down and get some of that. It's really good.
No question. I think you've achieved that. If you don't mind, I'm going to take a slight right-hand turn here. I know you're a big supporter of our veterans and the veterans issues that we have. All the Music Mafia gang have been like that. And you have just embraced an organization that we're very familiar here on Route 66, and that's Heart Songs for Veterans. Tell us a little bit about how you got involved with that gang.
Well, interestingly enough, previously, I know Mickey James, and Mickey James is involved with Heart Songs for Veterans, and she's got, the Project Lip show and all that stuff, and, and Jill, Pavel, and she's so nice, and she's a friend of mine, and I've known Mickey for a while and worked with her and recorded with her before, and, not only am I a fan of her, music, but I'm a fan of her wrestling career too, so, she was telling me about how she was involved with Heart Songs for Veterans and how, they would like to, maybe interview me for one of their upcoming shows. I was like, all right, cool, that'd be great. And after getting on the show and doing some work with them and just, talking to them about, what my thoughts were overall, especially regarding, veterans issues, I began to work with Jill, and Jill is, a great, great lady. She's really sharp, and she's really involved heavily with, veterans affairs and things of that nature, and it's really admirable to see how they work. And, it's nice for me to be even affiliated with them. It's really cool.
Well, I'm sure they're appreciative. We're certainly appreciative. Of course, we carry the show Project Lips here at Route 66 Cruisin' Country, and we just love Jill and Nikki and Mickey and that whole organization. They've just really stepped up and helped veterans issues, and they're doing it grassroots, and that's one of the things that I think is great, and I know that's probably one of the things that you agree with me on. They just really get down and help the guy and gal that need help, and they do it on an individual basis, and that's, I think, really cool.
Yeah, I really think so, and that's one of the biggest issues is that when you have veterans, especially, you think about our military personnel, they teach them and train them how to carry out their missions wherever their missions are in the world. And they do that for a number of years, and they become so trained and entrenched in carrying out those missions and using the particular tactics they use to carry those missions out, that when they, matriculate back into civilian life, sometimes when they're out of the military, they have difficulty because, they're going from one extreme to another, one end of the spectrum to another, and it sometimes takes a lot of effort and energy to be able to get back into civilian life. And sometimes, our veterans have difficulty doing that.
Yeah, they do, and we're seeing that more and more as we've gotten through this. It looks to me like we're going to get more and more involved in the Middle East again, and so I think we're going to see more of it. If you want to get a hold of Jill and the gang over at Heart Songs for Veterans, it's www.heartsongs4veterans.org, and you can get all the information right there off the website. Let's get back to the CD here, Troy. The world release party of this great new CD, Saloons on Neptune, and it's your birthday, so tell us about Jelly. I just have mental images here. Correct me, because I'm sure I'm wrong.
You know, just kind of sitting around. It's kind of funny, really. And, you know, it's well, the tagline, you know, and I'm trying to be as
That's okay. We're
middle of the road as possible.
There you go.
You know, you say shake it like jelly 'cause jam don't shake.
There you go.
You know, and you know, so when my wife is walking through the room, and you know, I don't say it out loud. I might think it.
Sure.
You know, she's walking through the room, and I say, "Hey, how you doing? Good to see you." You know, I don't say anything. I'm not rude about it. You know,
you just look.
You know, I'm the father of the house. You know, the kids are around. I'm just kind of like, "Hey, yeah." You know, the kids are like, "Hey, Mom," and I'm like, "Hey, sweetie, how you doing?" So it's kind of like shake it like jelly 'cause jam don't shake.
There you go, baby.
You know, and you know, it's kind of one of those things that that's just kind of the way it works. The song speaks for itself.
It's an appreciation of fine womanhood song, right?
Yeah, I love my wife dearly, and you know, I like to watch her walk through the room.
There you go. You hate to see her go, but you love to watch her leave.
Yes, indeed.
That sounds like a line from a song I heard someplace.
Yeah, I actually said that in a song a few years back.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, back in 2005, and it was about her.
Oh, there you go. Well, so again, another string through your music here. Let's before we get in too much trouble here, let's go ahead and play it. It's Jelly, Route 66 Cruisin' Country. This is Cowboy Troy. Bob Steele sitting in here talking about his brand new CD, Saloons on Neptune, dropped today, and you need to download it or go and buy it. Route 66, Cruisin' Country.
Shake it like jelly 'cause jam don't shake. The heart can take so much. Got fellas start begging for crumbs off your cake. They can look but just can't touch. You've got the moves no one can imitate. Giving fellas whiplash, moving it fast when you're doing that hip shake. You got them all eyeballing from across the room, waiting on your favorite song. Jeans painted on, that's what they thought, and a low-cut top that you just bought. Set up for a set with your all-girl crew. Fellas start sweating what y'all might do. Here comes a drop, bring it on, girl, shake it, don't break it, keep it going, don't stop. Oh no, shake it like jelly 'cause jam don't shake. The heart can take so much. Got fellas start begging for crumbs off your cake. They can look but just can't touch. You've got the moves no one can imitate. Giving fellas whiplash, moving it fast when you're doing that hip shake. You and your girls trying to outdo, break out the moves, do the boogaloo, do a step shimmy for your friends. They copycat, you can feel the dudes creeping up your back. These try to keep up and tied off with them. Steady looking at the back pockets of your denim. Too busy trying to get what's in them. Oh no, shake it like jelly 'cause jam don't shake. The heart can take so much. Got fellas start begging for crumbs off your cake. They can look but just can't touch. You've got the moves no one can imitate. Giving fellas whiplash, moving it fast when you're doing that hip shake. From your hips down to your heels, your getaway sticks have appeal. From your hips down to your heels, your getaway sticks have appeal. From your hips down to your heels, your getaway sticks have appeal. Shake it like jelly 'cause jam don't shake. The heart can take so much. Got fellas start begging for crumbs off your cake. They can look but just can't touch. You've got the moves no one can imitate. Giving fellas whiplash, moving it fast when you're doing that hip shake. Shake it like jelly 'cause jam don't shake. The heart can take so much. Got fellas start begging for crumbs off your cake. They can look but just can't touch. You've got the moves no one can imitate. Giving fellas whiplash, moving it fast when you're doing that hip shake.
Wow. I am blown away, and I tell you why. If that isn't Morris Day in the Time, or Morris Day in the Time, Princey, I don't know what it is, man. That is, I got that whole vibe going, man. I just saw Morris Day doing a slide, you know, with that song.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
you know, I grew up listening to Morris Day and the Time and Prince and all those guys, and you know, and then you think about it, that makes perfect sense. It's just a fun song, and the fact that we were able to kind of get back and reference some of the acts that kind of influenced us from the pop side of the fence. It was a really cool time. It was fun.
I bet the studio time on that one was pretty slick too. Just sounded like it was going to be a blast to sit in on that session.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Well, we got one last song on this CD, and for our listeners, Saloons on Neptune dropped today, so you can get it on iTunes. You get it all the other sources, and you're not going to want to miss picking this song up or picking this CD up. Countdown to Vacation. Now, is that the, hey, we've got it done, let's get gone kind of song, or is this something that's got another meaning to it?
Well, just a matter of, you're thinking about I used to have a job where I sat in a cubicle, and one of the things you're doing while you're sitting in the cubicle, you're looking at the calendar, you're just kind of like, oh man, well, I'm kind of ready to go on vacation. Mm-hmm. And, I'm thinking, what would it be like if I put myself mentally in that position again and write the song? And then, I'm thinking about making sure I come up with the imagery and describing the scene and painting a picture so people could say, yeah, I've been there, or I can think about that. So to do that, I had to think back to our honeymoon when Laura and I were down in Mexico. And so I'm thinking about, okay, so let's see, how's this going to be? All right, let's make this, put this part there, and eventually that's what came to mind. And, the idea for the music and the song itself, because originally I wasn't really thinking about writing that kind of song, but, after having a conversation, I've got, many friends that are songwriters around the country, and one of those songwriters is Caitlin Evanson, mm-hmm. who, spent years touring with Taylor Swift.
Right.
And before she toured with Taylor Swift, Caitlin had done some shows with us in Big and Rich. She'd done some shows around town that we had all been, friends with. We'd see each other around town, and everybody knew all the other songwriters. There's kind of a group of folks that you kind of bump into each other from time to time. And she had since moved out to California, and I hadn't talked to her in a while. I said, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And she was telling me about her time in California. And she, sent me a link to listen to some music that she had played. And that music influenced my thought process to start writing Countdown to Vacation. And that's kind of how that came about to even start writing the song. And that's when I started getting the idea to include, Laura and my honeymoon on that. And then also just thinking about putting myself mentally in that spot to actually draw up on those experiences. And then, I went and started talking to Tyler about it. I sat and wrote the lyric to it relatively quickly, because it just kind of all came pretty quickly, and it made it pretty easy. And then I talked to Tyler about it, Tyler Kane, and we went into the studio and, threw down a really rough draft of it. And then he went and kind of spruced some things up, and next thing you know, and I said, I want to have some cool stuff on it. I want ukulele on it. I want acoustic guitar. I want some cool stuff, and really different instrumentation on it. And so here we go. It sounds like a vacation.
Sounds good. Let's take it from here. Countdown to Vacation off the brand new CD, Saloons on Neptune. This is Cowboy Troy.
Countdown to vacation. I can feel it come round. Looking forward to the sea breeze, palm trees, and tropical sundowns. A little vacation. Let the problems dry out at the bottom of my glass, and let the stress go down. T-minus 5 days, I can think of 5 ways of enjoying the vacay. By the end, I wanna stay, busting hump long hours, working hard all year, so I can find me a beach, sipping ice cold beer with a fresh cut lime and authentic cuisine, and one of them fancy resorts, if you know what I mean, where I wake up late, then have a cerveza. If it gets too hot, put it next to my cabeza. First meal of the day will be a 3-course brunch, and to wash it all down is a glass of rum punch. Stroll past the Mayan Art Lodge while on our way to a couple's massage. Hear the mariachis playing off in the distance while the staff is was always happy to be of assistance. But I look at my calendar, wish the pace would quicken, cause in my head is a mental clock ticking. A vacation, I can feel it come round. Looking forward to the sea breeze, palm trees, and tropical sundowns. A little vacation, let the problems dry out at the bottom of my glass, and let the stress go down. And as the sun goes down, I post some pics online from the beach chair, you know, the kind that lets you recline, with a cup holder that'll sit to hold my drink, counting caps on the ways I won't be trying to think. Later on, stroll back to the cabana, and I practice in the mirror a bit of Spanish grammar. Get showered up and head to the discoteca. DJ's gonna play the classic rum shaker. Everybody zooming and boom, boom, booming from here to way over to the wall. Sweat falls to last call. You see, the more I drink, the more you hear my draw. But for now, I'll sit here in this place. I'll be glad when the boss get about my face. Bill collectors can all get off my case, cause in 5 more days, no, I'm blowing glaze. A vacation, I can feel it come round. Looking forward to the sea breeze, palm trees, and tropical sundowns. A little vacation, let the problems dry out at the bottom of my glass, and let the stress go down. Count down to vacation, I can feel it come round. Looking forward to the sea breeze, palm trees, and tropical sundowns. A little vacation, let the problems dry out at the bottom of my glass, and let the stress go down.
Nice stuff. Nice stuff. I'm ready to go on vacation right now. I absolutely am, just listening to that song, Troy.
That's good.
Oh,
That's
man.
good. I'm glad you are.
Oh,
That's the whole purpose.
Yeah, that is such a it could be a summer vacation, a winter vacation. It doesn't really make any difference. It's definitely a vacation song, man. That's just awesome.
Oh yeah, it is indeed. I've got friends that live in very cold climates, and I can imagine them listening to that song all winter, counting down the days until they can go to a beach somewhere. And some of them do take a week long vacation down to Mexico or something like that, or out to Hawaii. And so that's another reason why I decided it'd be kind of a cool song to have out while during the winter, because all winter long it's motivation, and then the reward realizes itself in spring and summer.
Well, I can see the video for it. I see the video right now, and it's you and a big old margarita with a big old umbrella and just singing along.
Sitting in the backyard with my feet in the kiddie pool.
Yep, that's how it ends up, Oh, man. Well, Cowboy Troy, thank you so very much for being with us. It is the brand new CD. It's Saloons on Neptune on Hick Federation Records. It's his own label. Cowboy Troy is releasing his own stuff now, and it's great music. You got to get it. It's our live CD release party. Troy, thank you so very much, and a very, very happy birthday.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the time.
Not a problem, my friend, and you can count on this stuff being on the station this afternoon.
All right. Can't wait.
Okay. Merry Christmas and have a very, very happy New Year from our family to yours, Troy. Thank you so very much.
Hey, thank you. Merry Christmas to y'all, too.
Thanks. You've been listening to Cowboy Troy. It's the live CD release party here on Route 66 Cruisin' Country. I'm Bob Steele. The CD is Saloons on Neptune. You do not want to miss picking one of these up before they're going to go away. When I said it was a party in a box, flat out, a party in a box. You've heard all the songs now. Now go buy it. You're going to hear it on the radio. You're going to hear it in the clubs, and you're going to hear it in your own iPad and Droids. So have a good one. I'm Bob Steele. It's the 5 times over caffeinated radio show right here on Route 66 Cruisin' Country.
The all-new Route 66 CruisinCountry.com. We're not the imitators. We're not even the innovators. We're the agitators. Country radio all the other stations are bitching about. The all-new Route 66 CruisinCountry.com.